Alright, in this video guys, I'm going to talk about my favorite pedal board, my #1 live gigging pedal board setup. I think this can be considered as the 2026 board. So I have been talking about this, featuring this pedal board in a few other videos as well, the Boss IR200, the MS3, and the EV30 expression pedal. And in this video, I just want to feature the new member of this board family, and that is the Ampero Switch from Hotone. And it's just an external foot switch. So not that I needed an external foot switch, because with the IR200, MS3, and the expression pedal, I actually got everything that I needed already, and able to achieve and switch different sounds with just those three units. But with the addition of the Ampero Switch, it just maximized the control even more. And it really works well with this setup because the size of the Ampero Switch, it's like very small. It's the only pedal that I have that can fit this spot of the pedal board. And another thing I mentioned in the previous videos, that the thing that I like about this pedal board setup is the only pedals that require power is the IR200 and the MS3. So the Ampero Switch and the EV30 doesn't require power, so I didn't have to change the cabling underneath. I just connected the Ampero Switch with a TRS patch cable into the control 1 and 2 slot, or I think it's the 3 and 4 slot in the MS3. So the EV30 is the one in the control 1 and 2. And the patch cable, the TRS patch cable that I connected, is just the right amount of length to connect the Ampero Switch in this spot of the pedal board. So it's perfect addition for this pedal board setup. If you haven't seen the previous videos on how I use this pedal board, check out the other videos that I posted in this channel. I'm just going to demo what I can do with this Ampero Switch in addition to the already, I would say, optimized pedal board. As you may have seen in my other videos, I use memory mode to switch to different patches or different sounds. So clean sound to a crunch sound. And high gain distortion. And to a lead sound. And I go into manual mode for each of those patches to have even more control to add or remove effects. So one advantage though for having an external foot switch that's already available to me regardless of what patch I'm in is I don't have to go to manual mode to be able to access additional switches because that's already there. So one good example is I'm in my crunch or low gain overdriven sound. These two foot switches are already available to me regardless of what patch I'm in. I don't have to go to manual mode. So for example, I can bring in the modulation 1 block, which is a tremolo, or I can bring in the modulation 2 block, which is the a rotary effect. So without going to manual mode, those two foot switches are available to me, and like I can go to the clean sound. Right now, if I go to manual mode in this, I can have lots of different effects being able to enable or turn off. For example, I can bring in a distortion sound. Add a solo boost. the chorus, phaser, so all the foot switches have been used up, but since I have an external foot switch, an additional 2 foot switches, I haven't used the other one for this patch, but I can now have this foot switch to turn on the delay. So the delay was already on. So turn off the delay, just a short delay, but if I want additional delay, all those foot switches are already taken up. I can have this assigned to turn on the delay. So just additional control, basically. For the high gain distortion rhythm sound, I have the current number function to turn on the chorus. So I have assigned one of the foot switches to turn on the flanger. So for the chorus sound, because as well, the same with the patch number 1, I have used up all the other foot switches to turn on the slicer, an auto wah, an S-bend, and a tap tempo. So with the external foot switch, I have additional control, basically. So that is the newly improved live gigging pedal board setup for 2026. I'm not sure if I'm going to change this. Actually, I have an idea of doing like a patch score for my pedal boards or pedals on how likely I would keep them or remove them or change them up. This pedal board setup is maybe 9 out of 10. I really like this setup. Whether or not I'm going to remove the Ampero switch or change it up to a different pedal is very unlikely. I really like it. No power supply needed, just a TRS cable. And I say it's a 9 out of 10 because I actually have a plan to fill up the top row there with additional pedals in the future. But whether or not I'm gonna keep that upgrade or setup in the future is I'm not sure yet. So I might go back to this setup with just minimalistic style. So I really like this. So this is one of my favorite pedal board setups to use live. So that is the IR200 MS3 EV30 setup with an upgraded additional external foot switch, the Ampero Switch.